Archive days. Oh, I wanted to see a merchant. I'm still in here. I'm gonna go back. I'm not far from my bed. the tone of the Minotaur's sermon from the labyrinth. Almighty by Lord of formidable and sublime, has your body has been burden of the flesh raised up above all Minotaurs, the head with the void visage, head up with the visage of the goat. In the crowd is a crowd of horns and flames, has a shoulder to remain are a bazaar with great ruins, telling the wisdom that they might in his hand is wooden of Azazar rule, and his death belonged to scarlet greaves, in the darkness blade cleaver, a talisman, those who carves the false fashion, and who gives the beak for God. Hail Battlemouth, Lord of the beasts, and Gurin, the Lord of the labyrinth, hold the skewn of the basement, a mighty host uncountable of numbers. Numbers. The speaker back down to the Lord and Master, and let his lead hold worship freely. Yours shall receive the desire. Yeah. You require while explore the maze.
I tire of waiting.
I hear the fill blood eyes have passed from this at your front of the very heart. What will it be? Who are you? I'm very slow. Alban slow. I took your measure with their red eyes and full with a gentle stare. Said, Grim Holly vampire. Are you really a vampire? Grimly gives you the long look approach. Then you gravely answer no. How did you end up in the Crusade City? Did anyone end up here? How did you or them? What a huge hand in the tavern keep jesters at the ragtag group assemble in the room. The world is big, but Still there is a place for everyone to play. People who are longer have life here, out and up here. Lower relation check pass. The medallion you wear, that's scare symbol, isn't it? Are you a can? Kalen C? Mean? I'm a tavern keeper, but best in the city, the best there ever been. And I pay to the best God is there. Gain 5 points. Any news in the city? The aberrant looks around. There's demons everywhere. There are demons everywhere, and you show up. Are there any places in the city worth visiting? If you mean a place and normal people usually stay, well, always from now and there is apparently like the Patron. Guys, I'm gonna put that in there and look at it. You can read it. There's a lot of reading. Lots of reading. Patron. So, yeah. Read that and Patron and wine cellar. Givens pause for a affection. Your name is placed alone. Should we make a quirky in fear? Yeah, we can go the has been revealed. The once belonging to the Paquin trading house. The king and Vert comes to power in Passac. The property starts changing hands soon after the number N? No. After the cellar shop assists you find a ditch, not all him, mind it just his head of number N. Gangster has taken Fear's place. They want you to sell something strange in the wine on the street. They end up in the gallows. They end up on the gallows, unclaiming people to say, no, the king of Liver never was up, so now the store stood empty, and unclaiming people said that there's headless ghosts wandering in this place at night, moaning, ghoulish. Oh, Paquin wine cellars now have been revealed. You can read this, and you can read this, guys, and tell me what it is. I'm done doing this now. You can pause and read it. Never ends. There's another one. You can read it and pause it when you read it. I see you're not one of the talk for talking. No, I'm after to come to the end of the story unless long by the his standard the tavern keeper took a swing from the drink. I'm just do not ask me know how to make noise with my head. I was not there, I just told you it like it I had heard it. I see you're not one for talking. Grimace gives you a long, mournful look and say nothing. I have to go now. I have to go. Talon keeps see you off with a similar twitch of the pale eyebrow and a dialogue. Is this a point in doing this? Whoa, this is... And Vera is in her remote colors. Been almost perfect into the background. She's spirited, relaxed, but seemingly focus of her eyes on talking to everything around her, tracking and filtering potential threats. I only can tell you the way she drums, the way she drums her fingers on her hips near the weapon still. She shows us no single of her injuries conflict mean her previous broken leg. She pretended to have just noticed you. I thought she was watched you approaching from the afar. Oh, hey, I see how they're patch you up. Now you run and jump and dance a jig like a feel like it. Are you suspicious about place in the city that we should pay attention to? There's a couple of spots I want you to check, but do not have time. If there is a den in the college there, it would be good if you could slop in there and burst some heads. I do not even need to search a warrant. I will shoot you on a quick smile. First, I need the silk thread, a funny little tailor shop that does not take the orders, never buy fabrics, but they always seem to so busy. Busy. You busy somewhere in the they're all right, but so it isn't. Silk thread altar has been revealed. Tobat's solution is revealed. The second thing, the alchemy shop, Topaz Solutions. They traded in everything. Just healing potions, juggled by the ingredients they have been. Buy on the black market, there is something fishy about the alchemist vehicle going down in that place. Topaz searching a reveal. Tell me about yourself. She struggled with her lazy smile. I'm happy to be there, kind, nothing to tell. What is interesting about me? Where are you from? What? Nowhere. Nowhere. I was in a brown and by the wind, and I found in a cabbage patch. She stopped and snort. Sorry, that's an old habit of mine. I do not like to bubble about my past, but you saved my skin, so I guess I'm kinda owing it to you, not a crown around, right? I'm from Nadal. I will not wash my homeland on my worst enemy. I heard a place of it. I'm sure the rule by the monsters that are not alive, not dead. Unfortunately, the region is called the cult of Zen Kurthen, growing up in the swamps like a weed between the cobblestones. I do not even have a dad, but I have a lot of aunts and uncles, and my mom is crone. My mom is crone. No prize to guess what kind of business she had involved in. As cronies, but they give me set of picklocks as soon as I could hold a spoon, and while other kids were picking their noses and putting on pockets. We're picking pockets. If this is a short, Nundale is the oldest surviving country, rather having been found during the continuous years of Age of Darkness. Even I thought is now behind me of the neighbor inflecting rounds, the crucifix, routine artifacts, all by perhaps it owns the shadow goal. Nile dial. You can read Zone Killian. There's a lot of reading in here, guys. Lots of reading. You can pause it and read it. Let's continue. When you was 12, the monks of the silent shroud comes from us, creeping guys with their mouths swallowed shut. There are guards and Necra. Mom gave me to her friends, and we hide in the secret temple of Dinas. I never saw my mom again. Everyone can read Dinas. Dinas. You can read Dinas. I laid the law in the temple for the next few years, kept my head down. I washed my floors, fetching water, listened to Skirmon's funny things. After a while, I started lurking. Dennis, teach me. But as soon as I was old enough, I was out of there. I left to Dundile to get as far away as I could. You can pause and see Nardile, and Nardile is the place she lives. Diana, you can pause that and read that, guys. Quite a regular group, and you got here. From the nomads on the street to the street thieves. You got that right, haha. Only the best of you. What do you do if you knights and noble fails to save the world? Low lives are only hopes. How did you meet Lilibeth? I was booming around the Termon and a while back. Doing those in that Termon temple was something to give me a old job. Yeah, you know, something they need people with skill like mine. On the surface, I was fine. I guess after Nundile, the Freedom River Kingdom shall have, seems like I haven't my chance to settle in back and enjoy my life, but I was not happy there. Just I would not any joy in my new life. I was alone. No one cares about me. I did not care about anybody either. I struggled to find a reason to drag myself out of bed every morning. I tried a stone around my neck and jumped into the nearest river, starting to pity a poor. You can read that, guys, again. The River Kingdom. You can read that, guys. Pause it and read River Kingdom. Let's continue. One day I was hired to follow some fellows who, in the local authorities, suspicious were Rosmarian species. I was stupid. I made a rookie mistake, and they caught me, and my body was already decided to do what it minds me been fighting to finally put me out of my misery, get me some else to kill me. Since I did not have guts to do myself, they grabbed me. I thought they got me on a spot, but instead they hog-tied me and dragged me off, and just like an animal going to the slaughter, my only thought was, let's get this over with. Brahma Risen is another one. You can read it. Continue. They brought me to a sneaking cave. There, me and one of those altars, and I realized who I was. Kentoris from Medell. They tracked me down after all those years, but I did not care anymore. I would not even have care if they eaten me up or whatever. We got all something right. So I was lying there staring at the knives point at me. When my face rolled into dice, I hit the jackpot limit, and she was storming into the cave. You can read Zoran Can Run for a minute, pause it and read it. Non-dial again. Non-dial. Picture it. I was lying on an altar with all those nice worried maniacs around me, and suddenly Lewis stormed in. I thought it was Medell himself, Forrester in sunny armor, with the glamorous of sword raised up. She said, raise up. No, shining armor with a glimmer of sword raised. She's made a quick work of scumbag chopped me up just like that. I did not even have time to blink. She untied me, and then her very force light up as she chuckled. She looked tough. This paper they had me on the table. She said, "Start wearing like a sailor." So much of Imdale, ha ha ha. How did you and Elizabeth end up in Cambridge? After we might become a human sacrifice, I know I never want to leave Elizabeth's side in Desna. Now I felt her intention. I felt hard. My misery was gone, and when Elizabeth showed up with what I was in those papers, proof that Cultus has a nest in their home city, we offered to help without a second thought. Or smiled warmly. She almost figured I could not wait to get my rage out of the cultists, but I did not give a damn about them. I was hers. I go anywhere with her, even on a crusade, or into a jaw of a dragon. Crusade. Raging Crusade. You can read it, pause it, and read it. Continue. Whatever I went to half of the Crusaders are the same after all who I volunteer in the triangle with the demon of the edge of the abyss. You're going to be entering a goody two-shoes with two honors of free time, or miss this with the life out in a normal world. The normal people come here running away from their debts, passed from themselves, so I fit in. What is it like living with Beth? It's like I'm living without her. I won't be serious if she would be alone. I'd definitely be gone by now. Sure something was argue. Sure something we argue. We cannot deny that. Something we bang our fist on the table and yelling so loud that the walls will shake. But that's all about our business. But at home, we will give you an example. I'm kind of always want to move out of this broom closet we call a house into somewhere cozy. It ain't like they talk about foes of privacy at the Eagle Watch, but even much somehow much our spare money spent in the crusade business. Sure, I got mad about it, but Andrew makes a helpless gesture, the part of why I love her so much. Thank you for answering questions. Well, here's something. Pause it and you can read it. Thank you for answering, Crash. Thank you for your questions. Thank you for asking and telling you all about kinds. Telling you all this kind made me feel better. What are you responsible in the Eagle Watch? And I smile at you. Nothing official. I'm not even a knight here. No, I'm just hanging around. You sure want to know about the details. Catch the tailor, spice, call it. No walking in the park. It's deciding job. Always do whatever letter in the law of the law. What if we surprise some suspicious bright with an off-course search? Everyone will know about it. Belongs to start. Start with the cronies, then again sneaking into the people's house. Not exactly legal crusade, but it cannot be long doing the suffer like that, can they? Will. I'm actually a knight. She trailed off. I have to go. Alright, you watch yourself now. Look at it. It's high. Oh, now you're telling me again why I'm supposed to be impressed with the restless and so everyone fighting their egos for the right to beat their peers into a shift and pointless heroic sacrifice. Some are Crusader gambling unhappy, but it's clear there are capitalists. By the woman's words, only a exception of the scoundrelly disweave halfling monk who puffed out the black eyes gave him away from a brawling and troublemakers. He has also pushed you forwards and tie you engaged, but one of his friends jabbed him back to with a eyebrow, making a poor few pauses and catch his breath. Quietly you listen to the discussion. Look like you got himself a student in warfare. Quietly listen to the discussion. The cameras could say that one of the One of the crusaders are coral in the fist, tightly reset the birth of position. If you chose to list yourself or whatever I had to come with us, we have their guts greater. You think we are never fought almighty of adversary before? The soldier is stunned and afraid and cannot full surgeon refresh the serenity plan. Enjoy the confirmation. The crusade around him look like upon their erotic opportunities. Opponent with a measure sturdy impulse interest. And the woman chuckled before it cut off her indicator. I could love to see the storm 60 feet tall walk into the castle sharpening elephants that cherries the stage in formament on its back, and I had to know those for fictional. We defend it by Justkin, priest craftsman or armed with a demon-bound warrior machine. Justkin. You can read that. Pause it and read it, guys, if you need it. There's a lot of reading. I'm going to continue it. Are you there? And they try to use the enemies you cannot defeat, the mind weapon. The clothes of the woman gives the people around her as a trim looks like a adjustable clothes with a point noticent of her voice took on a lecher tone. You should not argue with someone who happens to be the authority researcher on a history warfare 2,000 years before the foundation necessary. You can read that. Now continue. The woman look at you and flash a amused smile. The literature over. Do you listen to have any questions? Who are you? So much reading, guys. I am in the Royal Murgas in the Scholar. Classical warfare from the guards. Grounds. The woman appears at you approachingly. Whatever that word is, then a sight. I admit that I am mainly offered by the fact that my name is Arturo familiar to you, but I'm not willing to accept that this is for a duty. adversant insult from the skepticate culture of the world at large. You can do the garlic. Oh. You can read that in garden guard grounded. I mean, you can read it. I'm just trying to figure that word out. A vision. You come a long ways to be here. You come a long way to be here. Like I think myself as I have attended congruent, and I do not near identify what any country in particular. Why did you come here? Here's a good one for a minute. Why did you come here? To witness a legendary war confronted between the dozens of a plain famous from the love of violence, the crusaders from the every continent, united by the common goal, the defense their house, and the epic struggles from the council for a person that have not been procured so far. The truth been told. Continue. Pink eye. The monk with a big black grin and mother under his breath. Maybe I just cannot see it from here. The view get away from more hectic. If she stop hiding, amuse us, and take a walk outside. Continue. The woman smirked and contemptuously. She does not deem the monk words worthy of comment. Look, you're more about the warfare than any of us. I'm discussed about the Crusader and the Java and research. Demons, are you the insulting one? I'm going to say the one. You won't comment on that, but one. Oh, I'm hearing things I did not. Did someone finally notice my competitions in the art of warfare? Perhaps there is a sacred open mind person among the Crusader. After all, I found myself pensing surprise. Why you do not join the Crusader and show them how to fight and should be done? Whom? Sorry, whom? No, I'm the historian and acknowledges tourist. Do you know? Do you know what those three words have to common? They describe the moral woman who does not participate in conflict upon which the tassel will be found. But then again, I will hardly able to describe the mass of anything other than a freebie likeness of the last war in Jessica. And continue. What is the last war that you mentioned? The last war of Jessica. Of course, the large scale of conflict that takes place thousands of years ago before the foundation of Asbestom. It was a war against the Ulsteran Pharaoh of Forgotten Purge, the war that ended the legendary Jessica Empress, an epic struggle that because the most valiant page in military history, astral conflict allows it wear a pale shadow, include the one of the witness here. Why did you find the last war of Jessica so inspiring? I imagine a legion of golems imbued with the entrepreneur spirit and marching into battle. Imagine flying cities that scoop out of the clouds that look terrifying. My starcroot birds were praying to drop their forces on the top of enemy's castle. Picture of gigantic mechanics, a power of capacity, and very angry demons and devils. Imagine standing on the rat war path, walking Caledel, or having a cover of ears to block out the sound of cannons loaded with a streaking elemental. I finally imagined the ultimate weapon that defends Jessica, the deadly night plague. The Hellfire was attacked by dogs, or was attack dogs in the training of a mimic of torment premises, pre-silence, stricken only of who the master wants to kill to imagine all those terror, understand that no fight, fears can even come close to the horror nightmares of the horror of the nightmares that they made for real. How do you know so much about Jessica last war? I said I said without false modesty that there is no more authority research on Galen Golaran when we come to the history of the warfare 1,000 years before the foundation of Abbasim. I decided to make my whole life to his subject personal visit on the battlefield and studies that the two most mysterious freedom archives continues the criminal of agent war. Something risk my life in the process. Here I'm going to say the glossary. Here's Gerwin. Here's Gerwin for a minute. You can read it. I saw the fallen city of the story empire with his own eyes. I ripped out of my control crystal eventually extremely class combat golems guided a Justaka laboratory with my own hands, and those fingers held the glass flask that the servants of the pharaohs and the forgotten plagues using it to create the first generation of Venturous. My headphones about to die. Divine and Jessica improved the do not know much, so I saw and I touched everything I tell you about. You're wrong to treat the Crusaders with the disdain allows me to explain. You're wrong to treat the Crusaders with the disdain. Allow me to explain. A debt, or I will be happy to prove that certain conflicts I cannot hold a candle to the last war of Jessica. Here's a Jessica. Oh no, I don't want to attack. So they said, here Jessica, you can read it and pause. No, continue it. Very well, the last war of Jessica was waged using specific greater number of troops, both sides revealing the refinery to kill the planes. Their strategic plan was perfect through the no fewer than 7 rounds of intense design. Nothing above applies to this war of yours. Here's another Jessica. I just did it, but here is it. Now I continue. Continue. Compared to the just where are but the stone club welding Kona. I would like to conclude my tex I can pronounce which is a fallen word that wise the counsel from the Dagon and advised the Pharaoh forgotten plague. I doubt you will compose the truth, which are one of the statement, but here is the nervous. Go see the ox. The ox pays. No need to be grateful. The prison forever takes them both. Diplomacy fitting that even the events of the past should be in a legend, but the fate of the world be decided here or now. That's what you feel and grasp. Knowledge. The pinnacle of war is always the same. Weapons, of course, research of mind. Many changes, but foundations remain unstoppable. Attack insults could cost you dearly. Do not argue with that. I'm going to do the knowledge one. And my knowledge is going to work. Succeed. The knowledge would world check. Alpha's eyes was displayed frantic as she hear the audience clearly express your agreement. She measuring approval. There is logic in your words. I give you that. Yes, the corrupted war does not change, but I agree the specific and method that we use to destroy foes. The woman stopped realizing her words, no matter of ostentance, she made them no longer have power to consider to the audience. I gained 13 experience. I've continued that I offer you plenty of this spirit. The scholars cannot deny that. Okay, scholars cannot deny that. There is no certain truth beneath the sketchful statements of history are complex. Description. No, it's not description. Describe line roots of the facts of the endurance, the base of the grow every more than merge the further describes the period is from the present moment. Continue. just like a story. Of course, if I was there to argue in a bad faith, there are ways to consider embellishments, tale of staying single and grim uh, by adding the dozens of growlers. For example, we could win the debate, but I'm not above such thing as for those I'm forced to admit their deafening technique. No, there's some hard words in there, guys. Very hard words. I'm not Atari without morals. Merit. Without merit. I'm not I'm birching all these words bad, guys. Have you changed your mind about joining the crusade? I'm sure I would have been able to compile your own demise in longer discuss than I get out of the shelter. Have you changed your mind about joining the crusade? I do not see the point to you crusade if you quite conflict yourself, scared, not else you're pretending to amuse your amusement to me with the extreme confidence. Never unbuckle her sword belt and need a weapon. This is a worthy blade. I would use it not only for a strong, but also for the wise. He received all justice. Oh, this is finally over. And it will, I hope you can hear me. And this is where we bid you farewell, because the end of the day I was planning to reverse my winged demon. Use a pack of tactics to drive you their prey like herds and livestock. It's about time you got back to my research. The hints, the smile, grace of her lips when you see the disappointment in the eyes of many crusaders around her. Stay safe. End of dialogue. Long quick save. How long was I reading? That's almost 13 hours, guys. 13 damn hours. Damn. I'm going to end this episode. This is a long episode, guys. 13 hours playing this game. And I saved that. I'm going to save it one more time. I actually saved the game. So many saves, man. So many saves.
my path.
How do I end this and to name? But how do I'm losing this on stage? Lost.
I stand ready.
Not gonna be lost. Okay, if I lose it, okay. Not gonna lose. Okay. Uh, this is the end of this episode, episode 1. I'm going to continue with the talking on episode 2. I'll see you on the next one. Bye. Have a good day. See you on the next episode 2. My name is GSR Joshua. It's going to be a Ninja Family for now, but I'm just going to call myself GSR Joshua. But you have a good day. Bye. And have a nice day. Bye.